Welcome back, folks. I'm Jake Ellenbogen, and today I'm bringing you some interesting news. Good news on the front of John Johnson returning. He is being activated off the injured reserve list. Not sure what that means for Troy Reeder. I know there was a thought that he could be back as well as John Johnson, but we know that John Johnson for now is going to be activated and ready to play this weekend. This Monday. Not even on the weekend, right? Monday Night Football against the Vikings in the first round of the playoffs. In addition to that, the Rams are also signing Royce Freeman, former friend from the team from last year, signed with the Cowboys, was cut, went around a few different teams, ended up with the Bears. Then, now he ends up with the Rams here. Royce Freeman is signing onto this roster, and I actually really like this move. I didn't mention him because I'm just going to be honest with you. I didn't realize that he was available. Obviously, I love the familiarity angle. I mean, I even mentioned Malcolm Brown, who's pretty much retired at this point. But, I think the familiarity angle is the right way to go. You don't have a lot of time to prepare and what have you. And so, they go out and they get Royce Freeman, who, had 24 reps in pass pro last year, gave up 2 pressures. Not a bad sign. Obviously, he can hold his own in pass protection. In addition to that, of course, Royce Freeman last year had 319 yards on 77 carries. That put him at a 4.1 yards per carry clip, which actually is the best since 2020 for his career. This is a guy who's 28 years old. We're going to see, if he even is anything to do with this offense. I mean, they still have Ronnie Rivers, who will undoubtedly be the backup. And after that, you have Cody Schrader, who's been on the 53-man roster the whole year. But adding Royce Freeman after losing Blake Corum, placing him on IR, season ending, I think it makes a lot of sense here, and I like it. So before we get into the rest of this, just want to let you guys know that today's sponsor of today's video is BetUS. You can get 150% bonus match on your first deposit and 125% on your following 2 deposits using the code YouTube150. BetUS is the sports book. If you're looking for one, they got you covered. Count manager, all that good stuff. Check them out. YouTube150 is the code. BetUS. Go bet on the Rams and Vikings using BetUS. All right. So, Royce Freeman. I like the pickup here. Obviously, I had mentioned guys like Ezekiel Elliott, who ends up with the Chargers. Also, I think a good move for them. But I also mentioned Darrell Henderson, a guy that has not played since he was with the Rams last year and was, 20 of nothing. He did not allow a pressure in pass protection. Just a really good pass protector. But I think they probably liked what Royce Freeman did more on the ground last year. Really efficient. Like I said, 4.1 yards per carry. Not bad for a backup there. 319 yards, and he found the end zone twice. So I think that's really what they were looking for there. And again, this was his best year of his career since 2020. So he had a home with the Rams. They liked him. He was on the roster, and, they thought about bringing him back. He ended up going to the Cowboys. And now he's back. And, we'll see how long this lasts. I mean, is this just a game? It depends on how far the Rams go. And as far as John Johnson goes, the first 2 weeks of the season, he was graded the number 1 safety in the NFL, according to PFF. So you're getting back a guy who, not only was playing at a high level, who's still younger than people realize. I mean, John Johnson is still really good. He's a really good football player. Doesn't really get enough credit, in my opinion. I mean, I think having John Johnson is really important, especially in the postseason, because with John Johnson, he's been in these games. I mean, he was huge, in that Lions game to start the season, and you saw just the kind of the inexperience there from a Cameron Kinchins. So he has been trying to get back since early on, and he's finally back. And, just like we're going to applaud the whole Tyler Higbee coming back right before the season. John Johnson missed every game except for the first 2 games. So say what you will, but him being back, I think, is going to have there's a benefit there. So I'm excited to see that. And I think this is a really good player. I think he provides that kind of that stability, the veteran presence, the leadership in the back end of the secondary. And again, there's still some youth there. So are the Rams getting much better, I don't know about that, but adding Royce Freeman, I think he could actually pass Cody Schrader because he has experience. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Freeman kind of took over that role as the third guy. But as far as it goes with John Johnson, I think we'll see him, but I think that they're going to roll with the safeties they're doing. I think we'll see John Johnson in some different packages, but I don't think he's going to start. I mean, he hasn't played since week 2. So, love that he can be a part of this run, and I think he can add something on the bench, and I think he could add something just being on the field and, just having that veteran leadership, but I don't necessarily expect him to have a significant role. I do think Cameron Kinchins has played really well. Cam Curl's played really well as of late. Quentin Lake, obviously. Jalen McCullough. So, they have room for another safety, but I think that's about it. I don't expect him to take over as a starter. Maybe they use him, God forbid, anybody goes down in the linebacker room. Maybe they use him, up front and center, but that's really it there. So looking at the Rams going into this Vikings game, I know they wish they were a little bit healthier, as in not losing Blake Corum. But regardless of what people want to say, whether it was the right decision or not, we'll find out if they come out flat like they did in 2017. Okay, but I think it was the right decision. And Blake Corum going down in that game, I think really just kind of is a reminder that it was the right decision. The Rams, because of this, while they did lose Blake Corum, the rest of the team is healthy. Havenstein's going to have an extra day because of the Monday night game. So say what you will about the Monday night game. It is annoying, but giving Havenstein an extra day of recovery, I think, is going to be beneficial. And yeah, this is going to be the healthiest iteration of the Rams that we've seen all season. I mean, getting John Johnson back and adding Royce Freeman in the mix and having a fully healthy offensive line, defensive line, secondary, I think it's going to be fun. And, right now, I think they are definitely in a position here to upset the Vikings. And I say upset because the Vikings are a 14-win team. Give them their props. The Rams did beat them earlier in the season on short week. They did, just basically throw Puka Nacua in there 3 hours before the game. The Vikings found out that he was going to play. So, we'll see this time around. I feel really good about this game. I normally don't feel this good about a playoff game. Even the Lions game, while I felt good about it, I didn't feel really good about it. I feel really good about this game. It's about damn time the Rams are going to win their first playoff game, since, of course, the Super Bowl season. So, yeah, I mean, it wasn't that long ago, but yeah. So those are my thoughts. Let me know your guys' thoughts below. Are you excited about Royce Freeman coming back to the Rams? Are you happy for John Johnson? Are you excited about John Johnson? Let me know. But be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Follow me on all social media at JKBogan, including Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Kick. And be sure to check out today's sponsor, BetUS, as well as check out the lounge. I'm really excited. I am going to be having Lucky Witherspoon on the lounge, I believe, this week. So that will air this week. We will drop that this week. He will be the first guest of the lounge. It is official. Really excited. He's a really good friend of mine. Obviously, he's Ahkello Witherspoon's father, but he's also a great musician, and his father is a legendary jazz musician. So it'll be really cool to just talk, not just football, right? But talk musicianship and music and all that. And just, he's got so many great stories. So I'm really excited to dive into that with him. So if you guys are interested, definitely check out the lounge. The link is in the description below, and be sure to subscribe there. And that's going to do it. So I'll see you guys soon. You guys take care. Later, folks. And just a quick reminder, my new YouTube channel, if you want to support me further, it is The Lounge. I'll be having all sorts of guests from athletes, entrepreneurs, musicians, artists, actors, you name it. I am going to bring them on. So I'm looking forward to this show. It's going to get off the ground very shortly. We're over 500 subscribers, so it'd be really awesome to get to 1,000 before we even drop our first video, which will be soon. That's asking a lot. But if you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button, and can't wait to see you guys there. In case you guys haven't noticed, I do have a Discord channel for my community on this channel, and if you want to be a part of it, it is free. The link is in the description below. You can sign up. This is basically a 24/7 Rams channel, and we are almost at 1,100 members. So if you want to be a part of it, just hit the link in the description below.